How's everybody doing? Follow Mars here, also known as Tom from previous introductions. Today I'm bringing you my first series on this channel. If you know anything about my previous channel, Forza Effects, you know that I am no stranger to tutorials, and today that's what I'm bringing to you, kinda, sorta. Take it how you will. This series is going to be all about Battlefield 3 tactics. So, throughout these videos, I'm going to be helping you learn how to improve your battle experience, become a more durable soldier, die less, get more kills. That's what it's all about. So, let's go ahead, dive right into it. Lego. This episode is called Boot Camp because that's what it is. We're just going over the essentials, basic things that you can tweak, edit, take into consideration to kind of boost your games up, get yourself a little bit better, get yourself at the top of the leaderboard, and all that good stuff. First off, I would just like to say that up at the top of the screen, I'm going to have each tip labeled. There are 5 total, so you can quick travel throughout them if you were to come back to this video and be like, alright, I just needed to see number 3 again, or I just needed to see that one again, or what did they say there? And I'm also going to have this entire script, that's right, this entire video written down in the description. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, also, if you have any questions at all, something does make sense to you, let me know down in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Other than that, let's dive right into tip number 1. Bootcamp tactic number 1, I titled Driving Dash Intersections, which is a little bit broad, but it perfectly makes sense once I explain it. So let me go ahead and do that. I once compared Battlefield 3 to being a lot like driving. What I mean by that is that pretty much Battlefield 3 uses the same basic safety features that driving does. Whenever you pull up to an intersection, you don't just drive straight through that intersection. Well, unless if you don't have a stop sign or you have a green light. But, main thing is, if it were a stop sign, you're gonna stop, right? And you need to do the same thing in Battlefield. You need to stop, and the technical thing while driving is to look right, left, right. It changes a little bit in Battlefield because one way is usually more covered than the other. What I mean by that is maybe like a wall goes out further on the left, therefore you can easily check the right without blowing your cover on the left. Just poking your head out there both ways kind of may not turn out so well. That's pretty much it for tip number 1. Oh yeah, also check back behind you if you just swept an area and you're like, alright, I know that this is a high traffic area. Some people are probably already headed around the other way. Turn around, go check, it's there. The option is there. Turn around, you might find somebody. Chances are you probably will if it's a high traffic area. On an additional note, the higher your sensitivity, the quicker you can accomplish all of the movements, the more flush it'll be. Possibly, it depends on how well you are with higher sensitivity. If you're not comfortable with it, don't do it. I play with a little bit of a high sensitivity, but that's beside the point. Bootcamp tactic number 2, maps-spotting is the title. Let me explain a little bit more, even though it kind of explains itself. Whenever a teammate spots an opponent, that leaves you, yes, you, at the advantage. You'd kind of think that, right? Because now you know where that guy is, even if he starts running away. Now, if he ducks behind cover, yeah, you'll lose him. But, I don't see any point in not taking advantage of him being out in the open, spotted. And that works the same way if you were to spot somebody. That leaves your teammate knowing where that guy is whenever he moves. If he ducks behind cover, then they know where he ducked behind cover at, and they can use that and go get him. Use communication to also help pinpoint directions. What I mean by that is, let's say, if you just say somebody's in the jungle gym on Metro, that means that he could be anywhere in that small block. But you know, there's a lot of hiding spots in the jungle gym, kind of a little bit. So spotting him, they don't have to look for him. They can just know right where he is by just taking a quick glance, seeing that orange dot, being like, all right, there he is, boom, dead. Well, I guess if they have a sniper, it'd work that way. Anywho, let's keep moving. Boot camp tactic number 3, the more the merrier. Explains itself pretty much. The more teammates you got, the easier it is to communicate and, you know, play good, get good scores. What I wrote down here is play as a team, travel as a team, and communicate as a team. Cannot stress that enough, really. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You know, it's not always possible, so if you can, take advantage of it. Boot camp tactic number 4 is listen. You know, you need to listen. It's kind of an obvious one, but DICE and the creators of Battlefield 3 put an enormous amount of work into the audio. Yes, the audio of the game. And that means it's easy to tell which direction things are coming from. You can pinpoint exactly what you're hearing. Take advantage of it, you know? I mean, you don't necessarily have to have a surround sound headset to take advantage of this. I recommend one, but you don't need one. Listen to what's going on. Boot camp tactic number 5. Kind of an obvious one, but I titled it gun security. What I mean by that is, everybody has a gun that fits their style of play. Everybody has a class that fits their style of play. Whether it's assault, engineer, support, recon, one of those classes has to fit you. If not, make it. Make one of those fit you the best. And you know, I'm going to run through the benefits of each of these classes real quick. And then I'm going to explain what I use and why. So let's start off with assault. Assault benefit number 1 is that you always have a health pack by you and your teammates' side. So everybody can be healing up as long as you're moving as a team. And, you know, take advantage of that. That is a beautiful, beautiful perk. Assault benefit number 2, revive your teammates, providing support for you and technically everybody else that hasn't died yet. You know, high traffic situations where your team's ducking into a specific area and that area gets swept out. You're the only one left, but yet the entire opponent or enemy is still alive. Revive your teammates, they're there to help you. Now you have a full team again, and it's not just you taking on that full squad. If you know what I'm saying right there, take advantage of it. Assault benefit number 3, grenade launchers, which help destroy cover and infiltrate enemies in tight cover. Let's reverse the situation I just explained. If the enemy is ducking in like a tight cornered room, you can't quite get a good eye in there without exposing yourself to the entire squad. Grenade launcher that shit. It'll take care of them all if it's properly placed. Moving on to engineer. Engineer benefit number 1 is that RPGs, smalls, and other launchers will help destroy enemy cover and infiltrate them in tight cover like I already said, but they will also destroy enemy vehicles and equipment. That one pretty much explains itself. If you're an engineer, you know what you're doing. Take advantage of it. Engineer benefit number 2, recover friendly vehicles back to fair shape. That's another obvious one from the engineer class. Number 3, remotely destroy enemy equipment. Once again, EOD bot and AT mines will take care of that pretty well. Support has the most benefits that I could think of. Support benefit number 1 is that you always have an ammo pack by you and your teammate's side, so nobody runs out of ammo, everybody's happy. I don't know how many times I've run out of ammo because I did not have a teammate there who was running support. Having to look around, pick up a different gun, so take advantage of that. Use the gun that you're comfortable with. Don't have to go for a different one. Support benefit number 2 is that you can use C4 to protect vulnerable high traffic areas and destroy enemy equipment. Let's say an alley is really high traffic area, somebody's going to be breaching that area. Lay a C4 there. Next time you run past it, you see somebody, boom, they're dead. Maybe you get more than one, who knows. Number 3, use claymores to protect your squad's weak side and or high traffic areas. High traffic areas run the same way as with the C4, but if your team's kind of trapped in one area, but there's a weak side, or you just feel like plopping one down to protect your front a little bit, do it. Take advantage of it. It's a great thing. Support benefit number 4, easily provide cover fire for your teammates, moving into vulnerable areas on the battlefield. Whenever your teammates are moving up, support them with cover fire. It really does help them, because then it suppresses the enemy and they can't see them moving up as well. And you don't even have to compromise your ammo load, because you have that ammo pack. So, I cannot stress that enough. Take advantage of that. Use it. Help your teammates get to where they need to go. The last one, support benefit number 5. Provide long-range mortar support for your squad and destroy enemy equipment with it. That one pretty much explains itself. Put the mortar in, boom. Several seconds later, boom. I don't know. Alright, moving on to recon. Recon benefit number 1, provide long-range cover for your moving / stationary squad. Keep an eye on them, make sure everything is clear, let them know what's going on around them. Helps them out. And, spot them. Helps your team out, helps you out, gets you that extra little icing on the cake, XP. Take advantage of that, use it. Alright. Recon benefit number 2, detect enemy locations from long-range scopes or stationary using the MAV. Pretty much ties into what I said with number 1. Number 3, use tugs to provide radar support around your squad's location. And, take advantage of that. That is an awesome thing. I use that all the time whenever I'm running recon, and it helps tremendously. Lastly, number 4, provide safe, reliable spawn points for your team using a spawn beacon. That one explains itself, so I'm not going to go further on that one. Now, I personally use Assault because I like having that med pack next to me, and I also like being able to revive my teammates to, help me in those dramatic situations where I'm the only one left, and I'm like, no. So, the gun that I have found that I'm most comfortable with is the M416, as you saw in my previous videos of Battlefield 3. Go check those out if you haven't seen them. I come in with over 1,100 kills at the moment with that gun. That's 11 service stars. I'm just super comfortable with that. I can constantly pull out a 20 kill plus game with that one. So, it's a great gun for me. I used it. Take advantage of whatever gun works for you. So that pretty much does it. I hope these 5 basic boot camp tips have helped you begin to improve your stability on the battlefield. These are just some facts that I have found so far that have helped me, and I hope they help you. Next video, I'm going to be bringing slightly more advanced tips, and I'm looking to cover, how to kill, actually finish off somebody at long range without using a scope like an ACOG or 6X or 12X. I'm talking like holographic or reef, or whatever they call those, or iron sights. The small stuff that doesn't zoom in too far. I'm talking long range, pick them off with that. Please be sure to like the video and share it. A lot of work was put into this. Check the description if you missed anything. Check up at top if you missed anything and want to double check. Also, I would love to hear how these tips have helped you improve your game. Let me know down in the comments. Until next time, I'm Fallen Mars, saying, you stay tactical, YouTube.